Yeah, K Brown, baby. Cancel culture. Whatever you want to call me. Just don't write my name wrong with that chick. Don't piss me off. Action. So welcome back to another episode of In the Living Room with K Brown, aka Kanceled Kulture. If you know, you know. And you know, once a month I have a guest. So let's give it up for my guest today. This is my brother-in-law, Hakim, newly into the family. If you remember on the first episode of Sister, y'all know me and my sister do an episode every month. I asked him, was he sure he wanted to be over here? And he said, yeah. So he's still here. It's been a couple of months, but he's still here. He's still here. So, story time. You know, I always like to start with a story time. The other day, my girlfriend, shout out to Naj and Duke or whatever, they opened up a restaurant in Carteret, New Jersey called Ola. It's spelled O-U-L-A. Ola, New Jersey on Instagram. And go check them out. Carteret. Very good food. They are from Haiti, so a lot of people think that it's Haitian food, but it's all kinds of food. So I went there the other day. She was having the event. She was having a book signing for a young lady named Tamika Mallory. And I was like, why do I know this name? I know, like, I've seen this name before. And so I Googled it. I'm like, why do I know her? Where do I know her from or whatever? So the book is called I Live to Tell the Story, a memoir of love, legacy, and resilience. And we're going to read that. But the point of me telling that is that she was speaking at this event. And she was like, she was kind of felt like a little nervous that day or whatever. And she called her best friend, Dr. Jamila T. Davis. And I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, oh, Dr. Jamila T. Davis, the one that got the pink Power of Passion. I ordered all the hoodies. So that's when I thought I had. So anyway, the long story short was I had a hoodie that said, if it ain't no justice, ain't going to be no damn peace, Tamika Mallory. And so that's what she had said. Dr. Jamila T. Davis always talks about her stint in the joint when she went to jail. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Jail. Okay? No, not just prison. Okay? We're going to talk about prison. And it's some good, it's some bad, some highs and some lows. It's fortunate and unfortunate at the same time. Because fortunate because I have a brother-in-law, but unfortunate that my brother had to correct me because my sister always say 37, but gave 40 years of his life to the system. I'm not frozen. You heard what I said. I said 40 years, not 40 days. 40 years of his life to the system, and he's innocent. He was innocent. So we're going to talk about that today. We want to get in that today. We know that our black men are put away at a lot. You know, I play a lot, but I'm serious about my black men. I don't play about the black man. The black man's God. A God, you know, not Muslim, Ramadan, Mubarak, all of that or whatever, right? This Ramadan, he's fasting. I offered him water 3 times. I keep forgetting. Lord, forgive me. Allah, forgive me. It's no disrespect. He's serious about his religion. So as you know, the last episode you just watched, if you're watching them in order, right, is Islam. But he's practiced Islam. So he's going to be able to give us some answers for that. So how are you feeling today?
I'm not feeling all right. A little nervous, but I'm
feel a little nervous?
I'm all right, though. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. I make you nervous? That's because I'm loud. He's quiet. Oh, Lord, he said, yeah, I make him nervous. That's because I'm loud and he's quiet and reserved. Most times when people are quiet and reserved, they're usually very intelligent people and they're usually reading the room. And most times they are thinkers instead of, they're doers too, but they're thinkers. They're going to think about everything from a perspective, and which I like that. And I like how I observed you when we went out a couple of weeks ago, before Ramadan, relax. Because a lot of people be like, going out during Ramadan. Before Ramadan, relax. We had went out the day that they got married or whatever, and it was snowing or whatever, but I observed you like watching the rooms to ensure that we were safe and that the black women were safe. So it's nothing like a black man. I'm sorry. Shout out to the white man watching, but I don't know how y'all protect y'all women because I don't date outside of my race. But back to you. So let's just jump right into it. So you born and raised in
Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, go Newark. The bricks. So were you born Muslim?
No, I wasn't born Muslim.
Okay. So you became Muslim when you went to the system?
Yeah, I was 27.
27? And you want to take that one?
I was 27.
Okay. All right. So take me back to the day because, so let me just give you the end of the story to bring it to the beginning of the story. So with all the time that he has put in, I don't know if a lot of you know about the Innocence Project. I know a lot about the Innocence Project. I've applied for jobs millions of times. I am your future favorite lawyer. I don't know why y'all don't be calling me back. I even just want to volunteer my time. I like what y'all do. And y'all will be calling me back. That's what you'll be calling me now. Don't call me now, though. It's too late. I'm kidding. But my brother-in-law had reached out to the Innocence Project. They were interested in this project, and now they are working with him on what's happening, right? He already did his time, so they're just working. You just sometimes you just want your name back, right? It's about wanting to let you know I did not do these things that I was accused of, but a lot of times we are judged by 12. They are not your peers, and again, I said he did 40 years, so I can only imagine what the jury looked like, in that trial. We'll get into that stuff. Yeah, when
trial.
Yeah, when you went to you took the trial, right?
It was like a mixture,
It was a mixture of people. Okay, so let's go back to the date and time. What was the date? It was
April 23rd, I believe. Like maybe 2 or 3 days after Easter.
Okay, and then what year was it?
1984.
It was 1984. You remember me? I like to set the scene. Do you remember was it a nice day? Was it raining?
It was a nice day. It was
a nice day. And so what happened?
I was coming from a place where I was trying to take up a trade. I had just gotten stack and I didn't want to get in trouble. I was going to school, adult learning center, trying to get my high school diploma.
Okay.
I got kicked out of there because I was, smoking weed in the bathroom and stuff like that. So they wanted to kick me out of there.
Okay.
So I said, well, let me go and try to take up a trade with these. And that was around about the time I had met Jamila.
Okay.
Like she was.
And she was 16, he was 19. And then y'all go ahead and go to GTH, okay? I'm trying to cuss it stuff in front of the Muslims because I'm trying to act. But y'all know, first of all, 16 is the age you can say, but y'all know darn well, I'm not frozen. Y'all used to be picking us up from high school in your cars, okay? I was 15, okay? All right? 23, don't. But anyway, back to what you were saying. All right, so you met my sister around that time or whatever. Okay, so you had decided to change, you wanted to change your life around. What was the trade that you were interested in doing?
Well, I was doing all kinds of stuff like electricity, trying to do lamps, plugs, anything that had something to do with electricity. Basically, a maintenance job.
Okay, so you still into that now? Like, would you like to be an electrician now?
I don't think so.
No, you don't think you want to do that? Okay. So you was coming back from the trade, and what happened? Like, did they jump right in?
No, I had just got off the bus. I was maybe 40 yards from my house. So I really wasn't that far. Like, around the corner, and just get across the street, my house was on the next block.
Okay.
And I just happened to be walking by, and the police drove up in the car. They just drove past me. But one of them stuck their head out the window and looked at me. So I felt a little guilty because I had marijuana on me at the time. I was smoking a little marijuana.
Yeah, smoking a little weed. Ain't that funny? Hold on, let me even cut you off. The nerve of y'all. Then now you got it legal. Okay? Got a little bud back then. You want to put black men in jail forever. And there's people, hold on, wait. Let me just side note of this story. Rest in peace to Pimp, y'all. So my brother Shorty Pimp, ATM on everything. Y'all know the ATM boys. Shout out to Dr. Fresh or whatever. That's Dr. Fresh ATM, or whatever. Shout out to all my brothers or whatever. And they sell weed is legal, whatever, legally now, right? And he was always right before the bill passed saying, okay, so if y'all don't know, when I say I'm your future favorite lawyer, I'm finishing up law school, and I have my master's degree in law and governance. Yeah, she's educated as well as she is ignorant, so don't play with her. But okay, so he said, "Can I need you to look up and see if there's any cases or whatever for people that ever got life for weed?" So in the feds, yeah, it's a lot of people right now in the feds that got life for selling weed, and now it's legal. Them people should be able to come home free. Don't you think they should go home free? So exactly, but they not, right? So that's a whole other thing. They too busy trying to segregate us and signing all them executive orders you up there signing with your hand cramp. Anyway, back to the story. So you had a little bud where you felt a little guilty, like everybody know that feeling because it's like now, right? If you drive in and you got a little car cocktail and the cop pull up behind you, like, oh, okay, but go ahead.
Well, anyway, when they rolled by, they looked at me, so I didn't think nothing of it because they kept going. So actually, I was maybe 20, 25 feet away from the corner before I could actually cross the street to my house. They had already made a U-turn all the way around the block. So before I actually got to the corner, they drove up on me the second time. And,
so the same cops, were they white or black?
It was black.
Okay.
And to me, I mean, my experience with police, man, I don't trust no police, but if I was, it'd probably be the white over the black. I'm being honest with you.
No, listen, this is your story.
They was crooked. It was a lot of crooked police back then.
So this is a non-judgment zone over here.
On today. All right, so they drove up. They pulled me over. They jumped out the car. They asked my name. I told them what my name was. They asked, "What do they call you?" I told them they call me Hakim. He said, "Well, we're looking for a person that fits your description of a cab driver that got killed on Dayton Street." Now, mind you, Jamila lived on Dayton Street at the time. So that would be stupid to commit a crime down there on Dayton Street where everybody would have been out as a witness. So anyway, they said, well, you was also, not you, but they also said there was this other officer that was also robbed and shot, but he lived. Now, the only reason they picked me out because the way he described them looked like me. the person that subscribed, he just made the description of looking like
but everybody was nice looking black young men. What was
exactly short? 5'7", 5'8".
That's
brown
average height of the black man.
Brown skin, short haircut, wear glasses.
But nobody wearing dreads and braids back then. Like, come on, like seriously.
Yeah, so I supposedly fitted the description or whatever. So they put me in the car. They just wanted to question me. So I asked all the questions. It was nothing hard for me to answer. So get me in a situation, nothing like that. So they said, well, we want to take you down to downtown, to the police station.
But let me bring it back, because you said you was closer to home. Mm-hmm. So were your mom and them able
to
look out the window?
No, my mom didn't see nothing because she was in the house, but other people saw it. Like, other people that was out there, because it was a nice day.
Yeah, okay.
So everybody else like, where y'all going, Hakim? Like, everybody's like, we go Hakim, we don't do anything, because everybody knew me around me.
Yeah, I don't bother nobody.
Everybody knew me, so they just told me to step back, mind your business, we just going for questioning, but then everybody started getting rowdy, whatever the case may be. So we wound up going downtown, so they started questioning me even before I got down there. Like, we know you did it, and you're going to tell us something before the day over. Like, they already talked about put me somewhere where they're going to be able to try to get a confession out of me for something that I didn't do. I'm already thinking that as I'm in the car.
Okay, so we know that this is real, right? We know with the Central Park 5, we know this is real. Mm-hmm. What would this Hakim tell 19-year-old Hakim today? So all the 19-year-old Hakims that's walking today, that's walking around now, doing nothing, right? Might be smoking a little bit, but might not be. But just walking the street, get pulled over, and they fit the description. What would be your first advice to them? Because I know what mine would be.
Every situation is different, so I can't really. I don't know about what type of advice I can actually give them, but I just say they just got to be. I don't know. You
wouldn't think they should just ask for a lawyer? Like I'm not answering
at the time, I didn't think about that. Like asking for a lawyer because I didn't know nothing about no law.
No, that's what I said for now. For you, you older now, so the younger men today, ask for a lawyer. Me
personally, if your mother or your father were ever living, you should ask for them to be there too, call for them to come and support you, because these officers are going to, especially somebody like me, like they want to find a way to get information on you for something you didn't do. They know how to coerce you. Yeah. So into doing something. And back then they didn't have cameras.
Exactly.
They didn't have tape recorders in there to tape record anything. So they had me in a room like that when they got me down there. You know what I'm saying? And they constantly question me. So the only advice I can give, like they said, to try to get a lawyer. Ask them, can I have a lawyer? Or, can I call my mother and them to come down while y'all questioning me? You know what they're going to say at 19. They're going to tell you, you're wrong. And then she can't, when you call your mother later after you write your confession. So don't be signing no papers. Just ask for a lawyer. That's definitely don't sign no papers. Yeah. I mean, some of them will, because they can assault you. They have the way of making you sign confessions. They have a way of doing it. But I didn't do it. So, okay. I didn't do it. I mean. So how many hours did you spend in there? Oh, man, they interrogated me for almost 11 hours. And so I didn't know you then. I know you now. It's just like laid back. They arrested me like, at the time it was about maybe 3 in the afternoon, something around it. And I think they was finished with me around about, maybe 2, 3 in the morning. Okay, so tired, hungry, didn't feed you nothing, didn't give you nothing to drink? I didn't eat one anything, because I was already, at that point, I was already upset. At one point, that I was nervous at another, because I didn't know what they was trying to do at the time. So I didn't want to eat anything. They offered me something. I didn't want to eat anything, want to drink. I wouldn't even know my mind at the time. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The only thing was at the time was I was worried about Jamila, because she didn't know why. Well, I didn't know what was going to happen with me, and what was going to happen to her. So she was my main concern at that time. I was already mad at 19. So yeah. Actually, I was mad at 16. Oh, okay. Okay. Because some of y'all 40 and y'all not. Oh, okay. But that's come back one another time. I thank my mother for that, for how she brought me up. So okay. Was your dad still alive? He wasn't in my life. My mother raised me. So okay, your mother raised you. I give all the credit to her. Okay. I saw him once or twice in my life, but that was it. All credit to your moms. Thank you for. Shout out to all the strong black women raising strong black men. We see you. We love y'all, and we know that you didn't lay down and make them babies by yourself, but. Shout out to you doing what you have to do. Making strong, black, innocent men, right? Okay, so, again, you're right. It was no tape recorders, no nothing. So, they let you go. No, they didn't let me go. They did? No, because it was the reason they came to me first with me, because a cab driver that's robbed and he lived. Okay. So, he made a description. Of the police officer or the cab driver? The cab driver made a description of a person that robbed him. Okay. So, that's how they wound up picking me up in the first place. I supposedly fitted that description. Okay. So, they held me because they brought him in and put me in the lineup. Actually, never put me in the lineup. They took a picture of me, and when they came in, they lied to him and said, "This is a man right here that said we arrested him. He the one said that he did it. Was him? Is this him?" He said, "Yeah, that's him. He looked just like him." So that's black cab driver. Yes. So that's how they wound up keeping me.
Okay.
I guess they want to keep me based on his statement.
Okay, so let's go back just because we keeping up with them because I know you said it was two cab. One passed away though, right?
One, it was a white guy.
Okay, so one cab driver. They was both cab drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we said police officer. I think we was talking too fast. So there was two cab drivers, a black one and a white one. The white one died, and the black one said that's him. And so you got charged with birth.
So I got charged actually with the murder. I didn't get charged with the
robbery.
With the attempted. It was attempted murder because he was shot, but he lived.
He lived.
Yeah. So whoever shot him in the head, but he lived.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? The white guy got shot in the head too.
Okay.
All right. So
that was something that was going on then at that time, then, right? They was robbing. But I guess back then it was everybody had cash or whatever. But okay, so you have no idea what's going on. So they never found a gun.
No gun.
No fingerprints. No evidence. Just one picture.
Just a statement. It was just a statement why they held me because he said that I actually did it. But make a long story short, he actually I wound up finding out that he never actually even saw me in the lineup. He never.
How'd you find that out later when everything came out?
Yeah, because I got all of my paperwork.
Okay.
And I realized that, first time they couldn't even identify me.
Okay.
They actually lined me up before people. He was like, no, I don't see neither one. I'm in there. And the first time he said that, yeah, that's him right there.
Okay.
But he came to my pre-trial hearing, which is something that go before my trial. He also pointed out in trial, in pre-trial hearing saying that it was me.
So you took so of course I'm taking it to trial. So at 2:00 when it was done, they took you to Green Street.
I don't know Green Street at the time, which probably was the worst place I ever been. Like Green Street was like it was the
Green Monster.
They put me in the room with a camera to watch me. I don't know if it's for maybe to commit suicide.
Yeah, people.
Whatever case may be. But they had me in there with maybe 2 other people at the time. So Green Street always had at least 3 or 4 people in the cell.
Okay, yeah.
So the police down is real nasty. It's like underground.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we know.
It's underground. So
we all know about the Green Street.
It was definitely a crazy situation at that time, especially for me because I've never been even in a damn
no trouble, just
precinct or
nothing.
And so it was all that was new to me. But
So did you have a attorney or did you have a court appointed?
I had a public defender.
Okay.
They're going to sell you out.
I was about to say, did you feel he did a
good
job?
If they feel like you really didn't do it, then they try to get you out. But being that this man made a statement, he really didn't represent me to his fullest.
He didn't do his job.
Black or white? At the time, white. And at the time, I thought he did. Like I said, when people talk fast, you don't even think about law. You're like, oh, this guy actually represents me.
Yeah, he knows something.
He going in for me.
Exactly.
Later on, as I got older into the system and started learning a little more, then I found this guy sold me all the way out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then he forget something at the trial. Like, after you got finished, you're like, oh, I forgot to say something. Like, I didn't forget to say something. It's my life now.
It's my life.
You know
so let me ask you this. What did they offer you?
Nothing.
If you pled guilty, they didn't. Okay, because sometimes they say if you plead guilty, we give you 10 years. If you take it to trial, you might get 4.
Matter of fact, you know what they did? They offered me one. They offered me 10 years.
They said if you just come on to say you did it, you
give
10 years.
Give me 10 years.
So you could have been home 8.5, but you knew that you didn't do it.
I could have been, but I was not taking no 10 years. 10 years was a long time for somebody 19 years old.
Yeah, that didn't do it.
They wait for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like I said at the time, like I don't know why, but Jamila was like the most important thing to me at that time. So I was always worried about her. You know what I'm saying? That was always.
That's what true love looks like. I never experienced it.
A lot. And her daughter Tequila, I treated her like she was my own.
Yeah.
At the time. So I was worried more about them, and they really broke me out a lot when they was coming up to see me at the county.
Okay.
So I had to try to stop her from coming in, so.
I would say, you were very special, but she don't do that. Yeah. She don't do jail business.
Yeah, so
I'm the sister that do the jail business. Shout out to all our brothers that's been in jail. You never seen Jamila down there. It was always me. Yeah. She like, okay, you good on that. I'm good on that. So, but I didn't know about, you got to remember, she's old enough to be my mom, like she's more of a mother to me. She's my sister, my best friend, my everything. But at the time, it wasn't like she gonna come to me and be like, I'm a kid. I was probably 5. She probably said, oh, I'm in love with this guy named Hakim. I'm like, what? What's love? What's going on? I want to play with the Barbie doll. You know what I mean? She was that sister that played with me. But that's so interesting to into perspective that, and then, definitely would love to have you back because we tried to make them too long and really talk about going through the system as a young man, because everybody thinks that and I did a paper on this in college, right? Where I interviewed 100 inmates, COs and everybody. They feel like everybody that been in jail is gay, or they definitely want to sleep with a man, right? Or this and that, or they want, if they do this, Always something like that. Always something negative or whatever. Like, and I know jail is not a positive place at all, right? And nothing about it is positive.
Well, to some extent it is because I learned a lot in it.
I was gonna say, but until you learn,
to me it was like I went there. I got opportunity to get my high school diploma. I got to take up all these trades and stuff like that. So I did benefit from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is for the most of it. I'm not wishing on nobody.
No, I won't wish that on nobody either. But we're praying for the best outcome. But the best outcome is this. So let's just talk about when you came home or whatever. Come home after 40 years. Did you date anybody during that time?
Like, I did. So you talking about doing my incarceration?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I got married in prison.
Oh, okay.
I got married in prison. I don't want to get into all that.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. I'm just saying. So you have moved on from Jamila. Jamila moved on, and then so only reason I say that is because now they're back together. So so basically they moved on with their lives, and then they moved back on.
Yeah, it was like it already it's something that already interrupted our situation. Like I always say, the law has a better plan for us. So whatever the reason why they separate us, when they brought us together, I see now that it was a better plan. Why we're together now today, but it all started through my incarceration. Through my own being I got lawyers account that's taking care of my case right now.
Okay.
And
we're not talking about that.
And that's how she came into play because they wanted to fire her because I was on the phone with her that day that this sport that took place. I was on the phone with her at the exact time when they said this sport took place. But they claimed they couldn't get no records, which I knew they could.
Yeah.
Get records and stuff like that. Or like when you're actually on the phone with her, something like that. They never even wanted to get into all that. They were just going by this man's statement.
Yeah.
So they really didn't care about that. Like I said, we didn't know anything about law, so they wrote with us, railroaded so many of us. We didn't know anything about no law back then. So
there's so many of our black men that's sitting in jail right now that should be free. Right.
A lot of them there for something they didn't do.
A lot.
Making confessions because they didn't want to face life or get the death penalty, so they're signed for a little 3 years or 4 years or 5 years just to get out of it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you got at least about 32% of people in there.
I was about to say, what's the percent? Oh yeah, that's a 32 is a high percentage of people.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
So that's if y'all don't know how percentages work. It's 100 people. 30 of them is 32 out of it. 32 out of it, and then that's a lot of people. Out of almost half of the people that will be just missing because they were falsely wrongly accused. Exactly. Well, we know for a fact that we are going to prevail. We're going to basically the whole reason why I know people are saying now, well, you did your time, you home, you married, you happy. No, it's all about his name being cleared, about him standing on business. The fact that I did not do this. I don't know. Either the officers or the other cab. Do you know if they're still alive?
I know one was, but my lawyers, they talked to him and everything. And it's just crazy. Like if I actually sat into my own story, you won't believe it. You won't believe I'm talking about.
No, we're gonna have you back. So we're gonna do. That's why I said we don't make it too long. This is an introduction to the Hakim Byrd, the Hakim coming. So we're gonna have you back if you don't mind, and we'll go deeper because this will help somebody else. Your situation, right? And Allah would love that, right? To help somebody else. So as I'm telling you right now, it's like young black boys who are watching this that's lost or that gets hemmed up or that gets taken in, and they make them a promise. We're gonna drop you back home. Just sign this. And you telling them, don't sign nothing. Ask for a lawyer. If you can't call your mother, whatever, do all of that. But just do not answer no questions. Ask for a lawyer. I don't know how y'all don't know that. First 48 been on for a long time, y'all. They get y'all a chicken McNugget sandwich or something, and y'all be like, y'all start diarrhea in the mouth. Okay, y'all start telling on everybody, but it was nobody for you to tell on because you were totally innocent. So I love you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you I did ask him, y'all, if he want to take his coat. I do have heat in my house. It's heat. He just wanted this is his cool outfit, okay? So I don't care. So I'm so happy to have you here. So we'll see you the next time. You gonna come back in business and come in the living room again?
I have no problem. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, we'll talk next time. We'll talk deeper and more on like what happens in jail and how do you stay away from trouble because a lot of people go to jail and they go in innocent and then they end up now I have to defend myself.
All right, well I ain't stay out of trouble in there because I'm.
About that
once I was there, zero times. Maybe once I got in prison, I didn't have nobody to take care of me, so I had to take care of myself, and I didn't trust anybody to look out for me. So can't look out for me better. I can't myself. So
that's true.
I've been through a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, so we can talk about that. Don't have to be that just like that. Yeah, we'll get into that and deeper, and then when you found Islam and how you have came to that, and now you live in that life, and you're to me nobody is perfect, but you're a great example of what it looks like. Taking care of my sister. and taking care of her sister and making sure that we all good. And I love you, brother-in-law.
Love you too.
All right, and we'll see y'all next time in the living room. Okay, have a good day.